Okay, let us move on. We've got to get into another situation here. There is something very, very, very interesting regarding this chick right here. Okay, I'm not gonna let that video play right now. I have to set the scene for you guys. Recently, I did a video along with many other content creators. So guys, here's the background on this situation in this video, right? It starts out with her first talking about how she's wants to open up about a private relationship that she's had, but she doesn't really want to, but we know this is what chicks do on social media. Act like they don't, but they end up doing it, and then start opening up about like personal things, relationships, the typical stuff we see. But this was different. This was different. The video starts out with her praising this guy. It literally starts out with her talking about how amazing this guy was. Not only does she talk about how good he was, she talks about how he still, in that same video, I kid you not, you guys remember, if you saw it, is still sending her flowers.
This coffee smells like shit.
Still sending her flowers. And she said, not only was he good, he actually exceeded my expectations of what I set as my standard. He exceeded those. But I left him. Why? Because I think I deserve better. Right? I left him because I think I deserve better. And my whole thing during that time was, when I was reacting to that video, it's like, well, if he exceeded your expectations, at what point do your expectations, once someone exceeds them, just reach delusion? This is what I'll say in this video. Check it out.
Were already high to begin with, but my ex treated me so well in our relationship that it was like, if the next guy, he's made it harder for the next guy. Because if the next guy isn't coming like my ex or better, then off the rip, you can get to stepping. Like, so, you know, breakups don't always have to be this, oh, I'm learning a hard lesson, or I went through some traumatic experience. Not every relationship is going to end up in a marriage. And the ones that don't end up in marriage doesn't mean that it has to be messy, or, you know, as long as you're upholding your standards within the relationship, it should be a positive experience. And honestly,
I agree with that. I agree with the fact that not every relationship is going to end up in marriage, and there doesn't have to be toxicity involved in the marriage. But how are you getting out of relationships and your standards are even higher and higher and higher and higher? How high can you go? Because at some point you've reached a different level, which we call delusion.
guys know that my
Sounds like a smart man to me. What do you guys think? You guys agreed. A lot of you guys agreed in the comment section. This person says her ex treated her so well, she fired him. It doesn't make sense. Somebody else here says she would be saying the same thing when she's 65 and still single, blah, blah, blah. So here's what happened. Her comment section underneath this video that she made were a bunch of women saying what you assume they're saying, because most of them are out of their minds. They're saying things like, well, you did the right thing, girl. You go, girl. You deserve better. Oh, he was great. Oh, he's still sending you flowers. There was not actually huge problems. You just thought you deserved better, etc. She talks about how now she's letting God lead and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, they love to use God conveniently. But when you talk about submission and the Bible and all that thing, all of a sudden you're speaking another language. And so then this happened. We have a content creator on TikTok who I've actually showed one of his videos. He was one of the videos that I did where, you know, black people sharing things they were uncomfortable with. And you can go, of course, check that out. Here's what this guy did. He's so I just broke up. Here we go. We're going to get into this. Here's what this guy did. He titled his video, "I broke up with my girl of 5 years." The video got over 3 million views, probably more by now. But he said the exact same things that she said in her video, right? And the women were furious. They were so angry that they took this video over to Twitter and started trashing this man for saying exactly what she said, that they termed as empowering when she said it. But when a man said it, now it is toxic. Don't believe me? Check it out for yourself. Side note, I'll have his handle and a few other people in the pinned comment section. Let's get into it.
All right, y'all. So I just broke up with my ex of 5 years. And I literally have no complaints about her. Like, she was perfect, right? I used to, like, didn't have a car. Now I have a car. But when I didn't have a car, she used to let me ride around in her car all day while she was at work. And I still didn't have a job. And and it doesn't get any better than that. She used to pay for all the meals. She paid for the bills, all that, until I got my stuff together. But it was just something about her. It was just something about her I just couldn't comprehend. Like, I can't really explain it to y'all, but she was so perfect. But you know how somebody can be good to you, but they're just not that good person to you?
Right.
You know, like, they're that perfect person.
Right.
But it's just, to me, it's more than just being a perfect person. Like, but they just wasn't that perfect person for me.
Right.
If you get what I'm saying.
I feel you.
Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, and I know it doesn't make sense, but I'm going to try to make it make sense. But she was so perfect in every aspect. She looked good, made good money. Like, I made $30,000 that year, but she made $120,000. And she still humbled herself down to come mess with me.
Wow.
She buys me meals. Even to this day, like, I go home, she'll text me, ask me how my day's going. And then, like, she'll DoorDash me some food while I'm just at the crib not doing anything.
Now, imagine you didn't know about that other video and you came across this video. You'd be mad. The chicks were upset. I saw another dude say he kind of did the same thing, except he wasn't trying to tell a story. He was just basically saying, that's like me saying, I broke up with a really good girl. She just, and I used her. In fact, she just gave me head last night, but she's not my wife. She just domed me up, bro. But you know, I'm looking for my wife. Let's keep watching.
And it's just like, I really can't. I had to make room for who I truly love. Like, even though she was all good and dandy and perfect, I have to make room for my wife. Like, someone who I truly love, even though she might not be as good as this person over here. Me and her goals just didn't align. So I'm just going to let her go and I'm going to let the bird fly.
Right.
You know? I'm gonna let that go, even though she was good to me.
I'm gonna let the bird fly.
I just have to let her go. Like, she'll be good to somebody else. I had to really let her fly away. Like, honestly, she was a blessing to my life, though. So perfect. Good girl. Let me drive her car for real every day. But she literally took care of me.
This man's hitting all the checkpoints for what men who use and abuse women do. He said that she lets me ride around in her car while she's at work, pays all the bills. She's got the plan. He's leaning on her. The weight's on her.
She literally upped my standards. She upped my standards. So now, y'all know my standards were already high. She literally upped my standards. So now, y'all know what's going on. On to the next. I'm about to find my wife, y'all. For real.
All right, so that was that. Don't tell me that shit didn't sound crazy, man. Do not tell me that didn't sound crazy. But for some reason, if a chick does it, if a modern woman's over here doing it to a bunch of women who are also void of caffeine, an essential nutrient to get your brain working right, it makes sense. Now let's check out some of these comments. Let's see what people had to say. But here's the thing. At this point, over 3+ million views, people are catching on because he came out with another video later on being like, oh, I gotcha. So this comment here says, all I hear is when he got his stuff together, then he left her. Somebody else here says, ladies, this is why you cannot build a man up. He got a car now. He want to leave her. Somebody else here says, you were just not meant to be, and it's a good thing you broke up with her. Somebody else here says, know your worth, ladies. Another person who says, this is my baby daddy. Another person who says, I'm confused on why you broke up with her. A different story from when a woman says something that sounds this delusional, but the only way they can see it is when a man says it. Here's another comment that says, both videos highlight the fact that there was zero feelings, just material, superficial, surface things. Point made. Another woman here says, and this is why I can't be the good person I am. Never be a placeholder. Guys don't want stability. Somebody else here says, my question is, why do you have to wait for 5 years before you break up? Shira said, don't be the Bob the Builder. Another comment here says how she sounds. Here's somebody else who says, I hope she finds better. Anger. Another comment here says, women out here, listen to this. Be with the man who brings you higher. He said she humbled herself for me. Here's another woman who says, my ex did this and literally said, I have no clue what makes me feel like I was the dude. There was nothing wrong with you and you were perfect. So, of course, they're all in the feelings. Here's someone else who says, imagine doing all that for a man and he gonna go and talk about you like that. I think she meant to say talk about you. Yeah. There you go. Right? Let's, you know what, just for the hell of it, let's go check out Imani Talks. Video, just so that there's almost a clear contrast with the difference in reaction to his video versus when she said what she said. Let's see. Where's that video at? Where's that shit at? Where's it at? I'm trying to see if I can find it. I think I have to search it. Let me search it by name. Let's see. Money Talks. Breakup, something like that. I probably butchered her name. Did she delete the video? Yo, if he got her to delete the video, then he wins for sure. He's proven his point. Point made. Coffee served, drink it.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
X was a.
Let me see. Let me type in X. Can't believe this shit's this hard to find. Wow. She might have deleted that shit. That's crazy. Hold on, guys. I don't give up easily, man. So I'm going to make sure. I feel like I'm not.
What do you think? How do you feel about Cardi?
Let's go
So
down. Let's go down. Let's go down.
You know, I'm just going to tell you the truth, and this is from. So we can sit around and. Mary, let's get into.
This chick is loud.
You know, whenever. Where do we go from here? One thing that we all know, a lot of like, does ever. Let me tell y'all something.
By the way, this chick now is trying to play victim. She's responded back to other people who disagree with a lot of the delusional stuff she said. She straight up does not like men in general, right? She's a typical feminist. Men are dangerous. They're evil to society. They commit all the crimes, etc. Name me one good thing men do. So she has this disdain, that modern disdain for just masculinity in general. And what's crazy is she's now trying to play victim and act like, oh, people are so obsessed with me. Why people is keeping my name? Dude, you're out here saying crazy stuff. You're in the spotlight.
He's very romantic.
People are going to talk about you.
So like,
And you're saying crazy shit.
is it risky?
Damn, I think she might have deleted that video. We're not going to give up just yet. Let's go check the Instagram. I got to go check the IG. Make sure. It's just, it'd be too perfect if I can compare and contrast the videos one after the other. I just want to make sure if she did delete it, I can confirm it's gone. And that's a W for the coffee. I think she deleted the video. I don't see it. Mission accomplished. All right, so here's something that I did not include in the long format video that I did on this specific topic. some guys commented and told me you should add the part of the video where she actually responded. And so I said, okay, you know what? Let me go look for it. Here's her responding back to Scarface Mark, basically proving that what she was saying didn't make any sense and came from a place of extreme entitlement plus delusion. Check it out.
All right, Charles.
Let's go. Let's do it.
5 years.
This man is so obsessed with me. He's made like 3 videos about me in the past, 48 hours. I think at this point, he just wants my attention. So here you go, boo. Here's some attention. I know you're begging for it. Like, you want me to talk to you so bad. Here, what conversation do you want to have? It's so funny that these males get on the internet every single day, and when women complain about men, they say, you chose a pookie, choose better. That's what they always say, right? But when we do date with standards and we choose better and we date with discernment, they have something to say about that too. It just goes to prove that these type of males, they don't say things because they have some kind of conviction or they have some kind of right or wrong about what they're talking about. They just don't like women. Because no matter what you do, they will have something negative to say about you. If you become a single mother or if you date a pookie, you date a bum, choose better. But when you choose better and you're like, okay, I really gotta, go hard to really find my husband, they have something to say about that too. Whether you're right or wrong, these weirdo males will always have something to say. It's kind of weird. At this point, he's obsessed with me.
Oh my goodness, y'all. My crush called me boo. Amani, babes, come on. Come on. You know I love you now. You're a money pot. Your content, I love it. And I gotta react. It's the end of the month. Come on now. Sometimes I agree with your stuff. But at times, you do say some dumb shit. But in this case, you did say some dumb shit. You said he was a good man. He did nothing wrong. He's still sending you flowers. He's a good man. You admitted to it. But then you say you leave him because he's not hubby material. He's not good enough. Good is not good enough. You know how many women beg for good men? But yet, hey, nothing's good enough for you. Women like you, y'all be looking good, but that personality is ferocious. It's terrible. But hey, and come on, babes. Don't let me get to your head, babes. You didn't have to block me.
Did you guys notice how she went on this tangent about how the guy's obsessed with her and men this and men that? Not once did she acknowledge the actual topic of the video and the fact that she was caught red-handed with no coffee mug in sight. Come on, ridiculous. Okay, so obviously this whole topic blew like wildfire and everybody started to chime in. And shout out to another content creator here, which I also pinned to the top of the comment section, John Cannon. I'm going to see what he has to say because I like a lot of his takes.
Know if y'all,
let's check it out. Let's go.
I don't know if y'all have seen what Mark been up to lately. He been doing God's work. I'ma tag him. So the Imani Talks girl, that girl, I remember she had a video, right? Listen, because I don't think anybody's understanding what's happening in its totality. Don't worry, y'all, I'm sitting in stop and go traffic. All the emergency vehicles is flying by. I'm hella late, so I got time. Somebody must have DIED'd. What is going? Anyway, I done seen like 10 vehicles. So the Imani Talks girl, I didn't really pay no attention to it, but she had a video come out, I think a few weeks ago, where she was basically breaking down how she had a long-time boyfriend who, her words, not mine, he was so good to her, he worshiped the ground she walked on.
Right.
Her already high standards were exceeded by this man. She doesn't know what it was, but he simply was not her husband. And
right.
So I saw that. I didn't make a video about it. Y'all know I make a video about everything. But I saw that and I was like, what the anyway? I didn't even make a video about it. I was like, that is crazy. So Mark been on some shit lately. Y'all go follow him. I'm a tag, bro. He say, let me go ahead and do it. Y'all know Mark good for the parody. But he stuck it through. He usually laugh at the end like, y'all know I'm bullshit. He stuck it through and he said all the same exact things she said, right? I just had a 5-year relationship. I had to break up with her. She was just too perfect. She made 100,000. I made 30,000. She came down and with me. She used to let me drive her car around, but now I got my own shit. She raised my already high standard. And
Right.
at first, I didn't really care too much about the controversy until I saw how the women responded to him. Oh, you freed her. Oh, she could do so much better than you. This is why we don't date men right now. This is why we choosing to be single. Woody, 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 woo. Then I went and I looked at her video and her comment section saying the same exact things that he said, just a different gender. And the women were like, yeah, girl, sometimes you just know a woman's intuition is never wrong. And it's kind of crazy because you have to understand, if you have already high standards, her words, not mine, and someone exceeds everything you expected out of a romantic partner, her words, not mine, how can you say it's not good enough? That really means like you have a gluttonous personality. Like you can say, I want the world. Someone can give you the world, the moon, the stars. Now you want a galaxy. Now you want the galaxy. That's what it sounds like. That's why I didn't make a video about it, because it sounds so absurd. Women can only see the wrong in something when a man does it, though. And that's scary. Big shouts to Mark. Keep doing that boy going hella viral lately. I don't know if you.
All right, so let's check out some of the comments here in response to what John Ken had to say right there. First comment says, Scarface Mark right there. Of course, I have both these guys pinned to the top of the comment section. Says, I knew it was going to happen. Shloki stopped effing with him because he was having financial problems or something. Here's somebody else who says, not going to lie, he on a 2,000 shack run right now. Somebody else who says, bro, been cooking and double standards are blatant. Okay, so there we go. Very interesting stuff. And next here, what we're going to see is this topic got so heated that Twitter even got involved in this whole situation. Of course, I'm curious. What do you guys think so far with this turnout? Are you surprised? Check it out.
I heard I got them folks on Twitter.
Shout out to Scarface Mark right here. Let's turn the volume up, though. Let's go.
I heard I got them folks on Twitter heated. I heard I got them mad, y'all. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping, eh? If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping, eh? Oh, my goodness. Listen, this man was with a woman for 5 years, and the whole time she pretty much was like his mom, lending him her car, paying for his stuff. She made $120K and he made $30K. Oh, my goodness. Listen. He says she built his standards up. She was perfect, but not perfect for him. He's ready to find himself a wife. Listen, I made it on Twitter, and they was eating me up, y'all. Listen, Shorty right here gonna say, yikes, this makes me worry about who his next target is. Oh, like, they don't really know this is a joke, y'all. But you gotta love publicity. You gotta love it. Listen, all publicity is good publicity, whether it's negative or positive. Listen, if you got a cap and make people mad to prove your point, do it. Let this be your sign. We did like 7 million views in like a day. Listen, do it.
Twitter's good for, TikTok's good for that. The views for sure. I'm now curious. I kind of want to go see what they're talking about over there on. Okay, here we are. Scarface Mark. Okay. So this is the top post here 4 hours ago. I mean, this shit's still popping right now. Headline, why you must avoid poor men. And it goes on to say, reality TV star, Doan Gender, whatever the hell. So let's check out some of these comments. Men like this shouldn't make you build with a man you love. There's a lot of evil people in the world, but we shouldn't judge new people in our lives by the sins of others. Don't bleed on who didn't cut you. So she's like, don't. Just because we have a rotten apple here doesn't mean every man's like this, right? He's evil, but they're not all like this. So they're eating the shit up. Of course, they're buying it. Here's somebody else who says, man had a good woman and fumbled. Somebody else who says, poor man don't suffer, even poverty rejects. I'm looking for the chicks. I want to see the double standards. Here, let's see. This person says, Scarface, Mark just completed one of the best social media experiments. Yeah. Hilarious, LOL. So this woman says, there was nothing wrong with Imani's video where she said her ex was a good guy. She didn't say he was good. She said he was great. Not only did she say that he was great, she said that he surpassed her standards, bro. Imagine you setting strict guidelines and you have an employee and you're running a business and they surpass that and you fire him and say, you know what, you just showed me that my standards are too low. She goes on to say, but they were ultimately not compatible. Scarface is an idiot. Nah, that's you're just angry. She never said that. Yo, insane, crazy. Of course, curious to know what you guys think.